So in this video we are going to discuss another method for apportioning joint costs between joint products, and this method is called constant gross profit method. What this method is all about, let us understand with the help of this first example, example 1. A company produces two products A and B. Following information is available. There are two products and the production had been 4,000 and 6,000 units. Further processing cost, that is after they are jointly processed, they will be sent to different processes for further processing, and it will cost $15,000 and $25,000. And after being further processed, these products will be sold at $20 and $25. Joint costs are $121,000. Assuming that the company is using constant gross profit method, calculate share of joint cost of each product. So how does it work? Let us solve and see what this method is all about. So I'm just writing the names of the products, and I'm also preparing a column for the total. So let us first write down the sales values of each of these two products and in total. Each unit will be sold for $20. I'm talking about product A, and the total number of units produced are 4,000. Similarly, product B will be sold for $25 and the total number of units are 6,000, and the total sales revenue of the two products will be $230,000. Then let's subtract two type of costs. Number one is the share of joint cost, and secondly is the further processing cost. Joint costs I'll just leave these cells empty for the time being, and I'll just come to this total column first, and I'll just write the total joint cost, which is 121,000. Obviously we have to split joint cost between these two products, but not doing it at the moment. I'm just writing the total joint costs here, 121,000, and then I can easily write the further processing cost, because we already know that what are the further processing costs of each product, 15,000 and 25,000, and the total is $40,000. $40,000. So then we will just add these two costs in total, to find out the total cost of the company, which is 161,000, and from the total cost, from the total sales revenue, we'll subtract this total production cost to find out the gross profit. That's the total cost, and that's the gross profit. So the gross profit of the company, the overall gross profit of the company, will be 69,000. And if we just calculate gross profit margin, it's the basically that this method is the constant gross profit margin. So let us calculate the gross profit margin. 69,000 is the gross profit, and the total sales revenue is 230,000. So we have to divide gross profit by the sales revenue to find out what's the gross profit margin in percentage terms. Now the method is constant gross profit margin method, which means that we want to apportion these costs, the joint costs, in such a way that the gross profit margin of the two products will be same. And in this case, the same gross profit margin should be equal to the overall gross profit margin of the company, because if we want these two products to have the same gross profit margins, then these two should be equal to the overall gross profit margin, because if these two are the same, their average will be the same, because the total gross profit margin represents the average gross profit margin of the two products. So it can't, these two gross profit margins, if they have to be same, then they have to be equal to the overall gross profit margin. That's what the mathematical rule is. So it should be 30% in both cases. So that's what we want. So we want these costs, this cost to be apportioned in such a way to these two products that the gross profit margin of the two products will be same. Now how will that be made possible? So let us calculate the gross profit. As we know that the revenue of product A is 80,000 and we want gross profit to be 30% of the revenue. So the gross profit of this product A should be $24,000 if we want a margin of 30%. Similarly, it should be 30% of 150,000 for product B. That is 45,000. So if we earn gross profit of 24,000 from product A, our gross profit margin will be 30%. And if you want to have the same gross profit margin, that is 30%, we should be having a profit of $45,000. Okay, now how we can get this total gross profit of $24,000? We will get this $24,000 gross profit when we subtract the total cost from the revenue. Since we don't know the total cost, as we don't know the share of joint cost, we'll have to do some reverse calculation. So just pause the video and find out the total cost. If gross profit is 24,000, sales revenue is $80,000, what will be the total cost of this product? Just pause the video and calculate total cost for these two products. You have to do some reverse calculation. Okay, I hope people have done. So it's very simple. If your gross profit is 24,000 and sales revenue is 80,000, you just need to subtract the gross profit from the sales revenue to get the cost. You can earn this 24,000 gross profit if your total costs are $56,000, because if you subtract $56,000 from 80,000, you will get this 24,000 figure, and you'll find out this one in a similar way. 150,000 minus 45,000 is 105,000. That's the total cost. Now we know that total cost consists of two type of costs. The share of joint cost and further processing cost. Since we already know further processing cost, we can now easily find out the share of joint cost. If the total cost of this product is 56,000 and out of the 56,000, 15,000 is further processing cost, then what will be the share of joint cost? So the total is 56,000. So obviously we have to subtract 15,000 from 56,000 to find out the balancing figure. So 56,000 and 15,000 subtract. So it's 70. No, it's not 71,000. It should be 41,000. So 41 plus 15 will give us a total cost of 56,000, and if you subtract it from 80,000, we'll get the gross profit of 24,000, and if you find out the gross profit margin, it will be 30%. That's how we calculate share of joint cost using constant gross profit method. In similar way, this is going to be calculated. So it's 80,000. So now if we add these two, 80 and 41, it will give you the total joint cost, 121,000. So here we go. We have distributed the $121,000 of joint costs into these two products in such a way that our gross profit margins for the two products are same. So the answer to this question will be 41,000 for product A and 80,000 for product B. That's how share of joint cost is calculated using constant gross profit margin method. So you have another question on your screens, example 2. Just solve this question and get to the next video to watch the solution to this question.